Hey guys, I am finally starting to unpack, so I figured before I put everything away, I would go ahead and show you everything that I brought back from Create. The first thing that I wanted to show you, I had kind of briefly shown this in my video, but at everybody's station we had these little easels up on our area. Let's see if I can put that back the way it goes. And this was really, really nice. And everybody had these cute little signs that said your name and We Create 2018. And then pretty much all the information that we needed for the crop was included on this schedule that they had printed out that basically had the classes, the meals, when they were doing prize drawings, how late the store was open, how late the crop room was open. There was hashtags that we were encouraged to use if we were going to be sharing online, and then a reminder of the people that had provided different things and sponsored. There was more information as far as the photo area, if you had pre-ordered cardstock, if you had signed up for a class, which way you needed to go in order to get in line for meals. Everything was very organized, very detailed. They even had a thing saying when the demos were going to be and what to expect for those. All kinds of stuff. I didn't end up going up and looking at any of the demos, and I'm not sure why. I think I either just wasn't around when they were doing some of them, or it was a product that I wasn't necessarily interested in. And then they gave us I think 3 sketches, so a double, a single, and another double. Oh, there's more, 4. So it looks like 2 singles and 2 doubles to take home or work on while we were there. So this, I'm probably going to go ahead and just be a complete nerd and get a frame for it and hang it up somewhere in my room, mostly just because I'm obsessed with like bright rainbow colors, and so I absolutely loved the theme that they chose to go with. So I'm kind of curious if they're going to keep with this like paint swatchy theme for the next year. I'm not going, but I'm just kind of curious as to what they're going to do. And then this, I showed this in the video. This was the complete collection packs that were on the table. This one is Sub-Zero. Again, I don't necessarily have any use for this, so I may see if my mother-in-law wants it. If not, I may end up giving this to my daughter, just because we don't really do a lot of snow stuff. Like, I might look through here and see if there's anything that I can kind of pick out that's not necessarily snow or like winter outdoor type things, and see if I can kind of pick different stuff based on what the papers in here are. And then Summer Bucket List by Photoplay was another one that we got, and again it's the complete 12x12 collection kit. And then we also had a gift from SG We Create kit. So basically it's a kit that includes the entire Simple Stories Crafty Girl collection kit, which I think is a mini kit. This was on my table. I don't remember if this was from Scrapbook Generation or if somebody else provided this, but it's just a white cardstock die cut, and I stuck it in here so that I wouldn't lose it. So I think it's enough to make 3 double page layouts. I don't think that there's another one underneath here. And then they had also left us Fancy Pants black chipboard letter stickers and stuff to put with it. So this was the stuff that was on our table. And then Thursday, I went with some of the girls, which you saw in a video clip. I went to the mothership, also known as the actual Scrapbook Generation store. And I know a lot of my friends only spent like $10 because they were just kind of overwhelmed. I was sort of the other end of overwhelmed. It was like, I hadn't been in a store in forever. It had that like scrapbook store smell where you just walk in and like years of being in my local store sort of bombarded me. So I just, if it looked pretty, I took it off and was like, you're coming home with me. I just kind of got random stuff. These were ones that my friend was in line behind me, and I saw them in her hand, and I was like, you know what, I really like those. So I got a sheet of these, and this is on my way. I don't know who makes this. On Our Way Fancy Pants. So I just really, really liked the bright colors and then like this. So I'm kind of in my mind maybe playing around with doing some of the pictures of me going to create and coming back home with this. And then I grabbed a couple sheets of this Imagine That from Echo Park, mostly just because my daughter is still sort of in this mermaid obsession phase. So pretty much these were the ones that I was drawn to. I'm typically drawn more towards the B side. I did get a pretty loud A side because this is like the one that the collection is based off of, and that's typically how I pick my paper. And then I grabbed some of this Simple Stories Little Dude, and this was mostly just because to me this represents like the colors and stuff that I saw when we went to Legoland in the spring, and I don't care for some of the Lego like the actual Lego themed lines that I've seen. They're a little too photorealistic for my taste, so I felt like these were some pretty good ones that I can kind of stretch to do our Legoland trip, and then I can throw in things like the yellow and the orange and these two aquas from my stash. I can find B-sides pretty much anywhere in here. And then I did go ahead and I grabbed this, and somewhere I have no idea what I did with them. I hope they came home. I bought the die cut pack, and one of the girls, I got the last one, and one of the girls was like obsessed with it. She later found one at the on-site store, so I was glad for that, but she kept saying that she was going to steal my die cut thing. So this one I got intentionally to use the squares and stuff as extra just boy themed things. And then I saw they had all these Doodlebug calendars, and I really am hoping that next year I can get back into and catch up somewhat on month in review style layouts. Month in review style layouts are just those ones that I like to do, the random photos that are just on my phone where I only have one. I'm not going to do a layout for one photo, and this I thought would be kind of cute to be able to do square photos kind of here and there, and then put my journaling in the different spots and stuff like that. So I just got 2 of every color, and I think that there was 12 colors, so basically I can do 1 color for each month and just pick a color that I feel like corresponds with that month. And then I got this Photoplay Jurassic collection kit. My son has kind of moved out of the dinosaur obsession, but he was obsessed for a very long time. So because I'm not caught up on anything, I'm pretty sure that I can use this for some of those photos when he was little and he would just pull out all his dinosaurs and he would make his little scenes and that kind of thing. Plus it was just freaking cute, and I don't know, I just kept walking around and finding cute things. I was good, and I did not get any kits from the giant wall of kits. That was probably my favorite part about the store, but I just, after prepping for the Create Crop, I knew how many kits I had at home, and I was really trying to not get sucked in and buy more kits. And then, oh, let me move those. Okay, so then in the actual on-site store, I took a couple different trips up there, and it was kind of nice because if you didn't want to wait in line and pay, you could just go up there, and they had these like pizza boxes that you could put your stuff in. It had your name on it, and you could kind of deal with it later. Like, I wasn't going to be using any of this there, so I just kind of kept going up and putting my stuff in the pizza box that was up there. I don't know why my cord is in the way. Try to move that. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the papers. I got 2 sheets of these from LA Studio. I just felt like they were really good basics to be able to cut apart and kind of match to almost anything and just have a nice spot to do journaling. So I grabbed 2 of these, and then 2 of these because I'm a sucker for wood grain, and then I liked the fact that this you could cut strips, and then if you wanted to, you could just take some markers and color them in. So this was another good like basic. I was trying not to sort of buy a ton of stuff as far as like paper and stuff. There was a couple collections that they had that I think I might go back and look at a little closer online. The couple times I went up to the store, it was really busy and it was kind of hard to get in there. And then I bought this purple glitter, very thick cardstock in the hopes that I can use some letter dies and make my own thickers to go with, like, basically to document the Create crop, because there was a lot of purple involved, and then the photo or the shirts that we had were purple themed, and I don't have any purple letter stickers, so I figured I would get this and try it out and see if I can cut through this. I'm not sure just because it is so thick. And then again, I was trying to be good about papers, so instead of buying the 12 by 12 papers of a collection that I wasn't sure that I would necessarily be able to find a ton of photos to work with, I chose to just do the 6 by 6 pad. And then I can use the B sides for anything, and then any of the A sides that are more specific, like the Band-Aids and whatnot, I can cut out and use for specific things. But I just liked the fact that they downsized stuff. And then typically if I am going to kind of cheat a collection, and this is the So Much Pun, which is like their second punny cutesy line from Doodlebug. So if I'm going to cheat my collection shopping and do the 6 by 6 pad, I will go ahead and buy one of the more expensive embellishments just to kind of beef it up. So I got this, and it was mostly just because there was really cute dinosaurs, which pretty easy to use at my house, the candy, the snack food, stuff like that. Some of these I may not end up using, but they go together. And then I can pretty much pull any Doodlebug papers, because Doodlebug is one of those lines that they use the same color palette for their stuff, which is really nice. And then I sort of binged on letter stickers, mostly because when I do go to do a title where I'm going to use letter stickers, I like long titles, I like mixing different sizes and different colors, and I kept running into where I didn't have a whole lot of options. I only have, you know, maybe 10 sets of thickers, and then just kind of the letter stickers that come in a 12 by 12 collection. So I went up there and I got one of the last sets of these Pink Fresh ones, and I got them again because of the colors in here that they were going to work out with scrapbooking my trip to the Create crop, between the purple and the aqua, the navy, and the pink. So this for me was perfect. I didn't get anything else from this collection. It was really cute. It was probably the only collection I've ever seen that was purple based. And then I also got a couple of their full sets of just colors that I knew I didn't have. So I got an aqua, a pink, and like a grass green. I'm pretty sure I don't have any green letters, so this was perfect. Outside of like those big Bella Boulevard ones that come on the big 12 by 12 sheet, I know I have some green ones in Christmas, but I don't, this size, I don't have a lot of. And then this was also from the same Pink Fresh line. I guess it's Indigo Hills too. Again, to mix in with stuff. To me, gold is a good neutral, and I don't really have much, so this was another splurge. And then I went and sat on the floor next to the box of Doodlebug alphabets that they had on the floor, and I basically just loaded up on everything they had. So in the Abigail font, I got light pink, hot pink, red. This I think is like a light yellow, so Bumblebee, like a hot green that they're calling Limeade. This is mint, swimming pool, blue jean, lilac, and black. Oh, and I think I don't think I could find white, otherwise I probably would have gotten white and brown. So yeah, this was a splurge. I probably spent $100 just on letter stickers, but now I've kind of got a good color palette to choose from in larger letters. And then in the skinny font, I got brown, light pink, hot pink, red, which I used a couple while I was there, an orange. This again is Bumblebee, swimming pool, blue jean, lilac, black, and white. So to me, this was like basics that I don't have in my stash. And it was one of those things where every time I've gone on to their online store, I can't figure out or pull the trigger. And I think it's just because online you're kind of more aware of your price, which is good. But in person it was just kind of easier to sort of see the colors and how much you were actually getting. And I don't know. It was just one of those, this was sort of on my mental list of when I got there. I knew I specifically wanted to go through and look at the letter stickers that they had. And I prefer these over the teensy type ones where you have the little tiny circles, the little tiny squares, and then the scripty font at the bottom. Mostly just because I don't use those circle ones that are on the top very much. These, I feel like because you get so many, I will be reaching for these. So that is my shopping haul. I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff away, and then I will bring out the layouts that I completed while I was there. Alright, so mostly what I ended up working on was 2 big kits that I ordered online, printed my photos, and brought them with me. This one was a 7-page double layout kit using the Doodlebug Milk and Cookies line, which I think was the line from last year. Because they had a newer one out there at the store, and I tried to stay out of there. Doodlebug to me is like, it's like freaking crack. And I got all 7 done, and I still have a ton of these left. So before I put these in my albums, I may go through and see if I feel like I need to add some more stuff. I noticed that when they do these big kits, and there's nothing wrong with it, it's just kind of a design thing. When they do these big kits, a lot of times you'll have a giant collage, and then this side will be more embellishment heavy, and there will be one die cut just right here. For me, sometimes that just kind of bothers me and it feels a little bit off balance, so I may go back and look through some of the stuff that's in here and just kind of beef up any areas that I feel like I want to put more stuff. They gave you so many die cuts in these odds and ends packs, and we didn't end up using any of the like clear acetate pieces, and I actually really liked those, so I may go back and add some more. And so what I ended up doing was the first day, so Friday, I worked on just the papers, inking the edges, cutting everything, putting the papers and the photos down, and I just assembly lined it, and I just went from one to the other and I set it to the side. And then when I came back Saturday, I went through and was doing the die cuts and the journaling. And then the last thing I did was I just lined up layouts across the end of my table. I grabbed a pack of enamel dots and I just went down the table putting enamel dots. I didn't sit here and do one layout at a time. I literally just assembly lined it. So this is one of them. And I did bring a date stamper and I did bring my notes, so I made sure to go ahead and date them so that when I got home, if it was completely done, it's ready to go into an album. So Christmas PJs from 2013 is now off of my list. This was gingerbread houses from Christmas 2014. And this is another one of those ones where I've got some room here and I've got some room here to kind of add more stuff. Christmas jammies from 2016. Again, I've got some areas where if I want to add a little bit more, I can, and I may go ahead and do that. Christmas Day 2013. So again, you know, a little light on the embellishments on this side, and then I've got some room kind of here and here that I may go ahead and add some more stuff. Gingerbread houses from 2016. This one was pretty full, but there was just this one die cut here. I went ahead and cut one of these out and added it. And again, I may go back and find some stuff and maybe put something here or something on the tree just to kind of get those used up and kind of balance out just how busy this side is compared to this side. Decorating the tree for 2014. Again, kind of light here, lots here. So I think I may, before I put it back, I may go ahead and just kind of put some stuff up here. Okay, and then this one is the last one, and this was the Christmas train that we went on for 2014. So I may go and find a couple more things to put here. This was one of those ones that I added an extra photo, and there was a giant die cut that was basically the same size as this photo, and it just felt weird to me to put it there. So I just pulled out some smaller ones that weren't depicted in the examples and put them here. And then this was where I stole those red letters from. And then after that, I had a 4-page Halloween kit. And so I did the same thing. I went through and cut all my papers. I, by this time, was tired, so I chose not to ink anything. I just was like, get it done. So I went through and did photos and paper, and then came back and did the embellishing, came back and did my journaling strips and dating and enamel dots and stuff. So I got 3 out of 4 of these done. This was Trick or Treating 2013, and this was pretty much when we started to celebrate Halloween. And so I had a Buzz Lightyear and a Halloween onesie, because in my mind I wasn't going to buy a Halloween costume if she wasn't going to walk. The following year, 2014, she got to have a costume because she was actually going to be walking, and he was really sweet about kind of holding her hand and showing her what we were doing. She wasn't real sure at first, and then she caught on and she wanted to ring the doorbell. So again, I just went through and just kind of did assembly line style again. And then the third one that I managed to almost get done was Trick or Treating last year. So I still have to do my journaling strips, and I still have to do some embellishing, especially on this side. I'm kind of waiting until I'm going to do page 4 at the same time and see what's left from the die cut, or not the die cut pack, it's a sticker sheet. I'm going to see what's left on the sticker sheet and kind of go back and add them to anything that I feel like needs a little bit more. So I got, I'd say 9 layouts done and 2 that I got halfway done, because I have the 4th one, the paper and all but 1 photo are down. I ruined a photo while I was there. So I am probably just going to go ahead and finish those up pretty soon. And obviously I didn't get done what I thought I was going to get done, and I think I kind of did my math as far as how many layouts I thought I would get done while I was there based on crops at home, where I'm not sort of talking the entire time with people. A lot of times at a crop here, I'm just kind of head down, doing my own thing, kind of talking to who I'm with, but mostly working. So, you know, in a home crop, I'm getting this done in one 7 or 8 hour session. So I definitely over-planned, but now that I know that, I kind of know that if I'm going to a crop where I think I'm going to be socializing a good deal, not to pack as much. But yeah, so all those other kits that I have the photos matched to, I'm just going to start pulling those out and working on them and doing process videos on them. So I should be posting them probably by next week. So just wanted to share everything that I brought back with you guys, and I will catch you in another video.